What if you could wear, like, decades of engineering excellence, innovation, and just undeniable style all on your wrist, but in a size that's really designed for ultimate comfort, for elegance?
Yeah.
Omega faced this fascinating challenge, right? How do you get all that technical skill, that design language, into a much smaller package?
Without compromise, especially on their master chronometer standards.
Exactly. And, well, they've done it. Welcome to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Our mission today, our focus, is exploring Omega's latest release, the Seamaster Aqua Terra 30mm collection. We're going to delve into the details, pull out the important facts, the insights, basically give you a shortcut to being really well informed about these quite remarkable watches.
And this isn't just about pretty watches, is it?
No, not at all.
It's about understanding that blend, that mix of tradition and cutting-edge innovation.
Right.
Those subtle things that define luxury and what actually makes a product master chronometer certified.
Which is a big deal for Omega.
Huge. It means passing these really tough independent tests by Metis. We're talking accuracy, magnetic resistance, water resistance, power reserve, the whole 9 yards.
So get ready for some aha moments about what really goes into an exquisite watch like this.
Definitely.
Okay, so the big reveal. Omega has just launched a brand new sub-collection.
Within the Aqua Terra line, which is already super popular.
Hugely popular. And the key detail here, the headline really, is the size.
30mm.
Compact 30mm cases. And we're looking at 12 different references.
12. That's quite a few.
And what's powering them? This is interesting. 2 brand new in-house automatic movements.
And that's where the engineering magic really happens, isn't it? Calibres 8750 and 8751.
Right.
These aren't just like shrunken versions of older movements.
No.
No, they are the smallest and slimmest coaxial master chronometers Omega has ever developed. To date.
Wow. Smallest and slimmest.
Yep. And that coaxial escapement, that's Omega's special sauce,
Yeah.
Reduces friction, boosts accuracy, longevity.
A signature Omega thing.
Exactly. And these were designed specifically from the ground up for this smaller case.
Which really tells you something.
It tells you Omega is absolutely committed. They're maintaining their highest performance standards, even in this more elegant, smaller size.
That really underscores the engineering feat here. Now, let's step back a bit. Context. The Aqua Terra line itself first appeared when 2002?
That's right, 2002. So it's got some history, but it's part of an even bigger picture.
Okay.
The Aqua Terra is one of 5 sub-collections within the Seamaster family.
Which is iconic.
Absolutely iconic. Goes all the way back to 1948. Think about that.
Wow.
So the Aqua Terra's identity, its core, has always been this really well-engineered time and date watch.
Simple, but capable.
Very capable. It's got a depth rating of 150 meters.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, it makes it perfect for what Omega calls on and below deck.
I like that phrasing. So good for the yacht, good for dinner afterward.
Exactly. Robust enough for the deck, elegant enough for the captain's table kind of thing.
And the design inspiration. It's quite classic, isn't it?
Very classic. Modeled after the clean lines of the original Seamaster 300.
From 57.
From 1957, yeah. That clean tool watch heritage, but refined.
And lots of the existing models have that that teak decking pattern on the dial.
Right, that horizontal pattern. Such a signature look.
Yeah.
Really connects it to that nautical world.
It does. And the Aqua Terra line was already pretty versatile, wasn't it?
Oh, incredibly versatile.
Yeah.
You had the big 43mm world timer.
Yep.
Then 41mm, 38mm, 34mm, all with mechanical movements.
Right.
Plus a little 28mm, but that one used a quartz caliber.
Okay, so this new 30mm, it really slots in there perfectly.
It massively expands an already broad offering.
Yeah.
It opens it up to, people looking for that slightly more refined fit, maybe more classic size.
Which brings up a key question about the design itself. Is it just a scaled down version? Or did they rethink it?
That's a great point, and the sources are really clear on this. The new 30mm Aqua Terra was, and I quote, designed from scratch.
Ah, okay. That's crucial.
It is. Because it means they weren't just shrinking things. They considered the proportions, the comfort, the whole aesthetic balance specifically for this 30mm size.
And you can feel that, I think. The specs. 30mm diameter, 10.6mm thick.
Pretty sleek.
Yeah. The first impression is definitely sleek, well-proportioned, especially for maybe a more slender wrist.
Right.
And the case finish, mostly polished.
Predominantly polished, yeah. Gives it a more elegant, maybe slightly dressier appeal than some other Aqua Terras.
But it still has those signature Seamaster lugs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The lyre lugs. those beautifully curved, twisted lugs, instantly recognizable Seamaster DNA.
Gives it that classic flowing look. Now to the variety. 12 references. Let's break that down.
Okay. The materials are quite something. You've got 3 models in 18-karat Moonshine Gold.
Which is Omega's own yellow gold alloy, right? Paler, lasts longer.
Exactly. Then 1 model in 18-karat Sedna Gold.
They're roseful, also proprietary.
That's the one, known for keeping its reddish hue.
Yeah.
Then 6 in good old stainless steel.
The workhorse.
Yep. And then you get the mix. 2 bicolor, so steel and Moonshine Gold, and 1 bicolor steel and Sedna Gold. So, yeah, quite the palette. Durability, luxury, or a blend.
And some of them have a bit more sparkle.
They do. Specifically, the full Moonshine Gold models and also one of the steel models, the one with the gray dial, they feature diamond set, bezels, and indices.
Adds an extra touch of luxury.
Definitely. But even without diamonds, the dials are beautiful. You've got these lacquered sunbrush dials in like a whole host of colors.
Vibrant colors. Or more muted.
A mix, really. Some quite vibrant, some more classic. Plus, they offer mother-of-pearl dials, too.
Always elegant.
Always. And for the models without the diamond indices.
Yeah.
They share these really nice gold indices, yellow or white gold, depending on the model, shaped like the hull of a sailboat.
Hull-shaped. Okay, nice detail. Nautical again.
Exactly. And they've got white Super-LumiNova inside them for low-light visibility.
Practical touch. And the date.
Neatly done. A little aperture at 6 o'clock. Keeps the dial nice and symmetrical.
Good placement. And the hands. You mentioned the indices.
Right, the hands. These models feature gold hands, also luminescent, in a Dauphine-style.
Ah, Dauphine.
Yeah.
That classic, elegant, sort of tapered shape.
Precisely. Very sophisticated. And actually, this is a point of difference from some other recent Aqua Terras.
Oh, interesting. How so? For those, really paying close attention.
Well, you might notice some, let's say, visual echoes between this new 30mm and the 2023 34mm Aqua Terra Shades collection.
Ah, yes, the shades. I remember those. Lots of color.
Exactly. The 34mm shades also came in a wide range of materials and dial colors.
Yeah.
Looked quite similar execution-wise at first glance.
Okay, so what are the key differences for, a collector?
Good question. Subtle, but important. The main differences are, well, under the hood, the movement, and also the hands.
Right, we talked about the new movements in the 30mm.
Exactly. These brand new, smaller 8750s, 8751 calibers, the 34mm shades use different movements. And aesthetically,
The hands.
the hands. These new 30mm models have the elegant Dauphine hands we just mentioned. Whereas the 34mm shades collection use the more angular, broad arrow hands.
Ah, okay. Big difference visually, actually.
It is. It shows Omega is constantly refining, tailoring the look and feel for different sizes and maybe slightly different tastes within the same line. Subtle evolution.
Subtle, but definitely important for people who notice those details. Now, comfort, always key.
Crucial for a daily wear watch.
And all 12 references, they come on bracelets.
Yes, integrated bracelets, matching the case material, so steel, gold, or the two-tone options.
Integrated look is very clean.
It is. And the bracelets themselves have a nice aesthetic mix, polished links, brushed links, adds a bit of texture, catches the light nicely.
And practically speaking, any adjustment.
Yes, and this is a really good feature. They have a fold-over butterfly clasp, which includes a comfort adjustment system. Lets you make those small tweaks to the fit during the day, as your wrist expands or contracts slightly.
Oh, that makes a huge difference for wearability, doesn't it?
A massive difference, especially long-term. It's a small detail, but a really thoughtful one.
Totally agree. Okay, so exterior design, comfort, materials, all very impressive. But often with luxury watches, it's what's inside that really sets them apart.
Absolutely. The heart of the watch.
Let's dive into that. Calibres 8750 and 8751. We know they're new, small master chronometers.
Right.
So for someone really into watches, what's the real game changer here? Is it just making things smaller? Or does this signal something bigger from Omega?
That is an excellent question, and I think it's more than just miniaturization.
Okay.
These slim cases, these refined proportions, they're a direct result of these new movements. They were developed specifically for this collection.
Not just adapted.
Not just adapted from something bigger. That's key. Both have a 20mm diameter, which is pretty compact for mechanical movement.
Yeah.
But their thickness varies slightly. Caliber 8750, that's for the steel, and two-tone models is 3.98mm thick.
Okay, under 4mm. Impressive.
Very. While caliber 8751 for the full gold models is 4.08mm thick.
Ah, slightly thicker. Why the difference?
This is where Omega's fanatical attention to detail comes in. That tiny 0.1 millimeter difference
Yeah.
is mainly due to the rotor. The 8751 in the gold watches uses a solid gold rotor, which is slightly thicker and heavier than the rotor in the 8750.
For balance and winding efficiency in the gold case.
Precisely. They engineered two distinct versions just to optimize performance for the specific case material and weight. It's not just shrinking, it's bespoke engineering for this smaller format. It shows a real commitment to this segment, to offering uncompromised performance in elegant sizes.
That is a super precise detail. Wow. It really speaks volumes.
It does.
And technologically, these are packed with Omega's best stuff, right?
Or absolutely. Both feature the coaxial escapement again, less friction, more accuracy, longer service intervals,
Standard Omega brilliance.
and that incredible magnetic resistance, up to 15,000 gas.
Which, practically speaking, means
Means your watch just laughs off magnetic fields from phones, laptops, airport scanners, stuff that can really mess with a traditional mechanical watch's accuracy. It's a core part of the Master Chronometer certification.
a real-world benefit.
Definitely. They also have bidirectional winding, so the rotor winds the watch efficiently, whichever way it spins.
Okay.
A free-sprung balance with a silicon balance spring that's great for stability, accuracy, shock resistance. Silicon is amazing stuff.
And anti-magnetic too, right?
Exactly. And a very practical 48-hour power reserve. So, yeah, you can take it off Friday night, put it back on Monday morning, and it should still be ticking.
Nice. And visually, are the movements decorated?
They are. Nicely finished with arabesque Geneva waves on the rotor and the main plate.
Classic decoration.
Yeah, that's good. And they have a black balance wheel and screws, which gives them a slightly modern technical look as well.
And you can actually see all this.
You can. Through the sapphire crystal display back, which, by the way, has that signature wave edge design around it, another Aqua Terra hallmark.
Very cool. Seeing the movement is almost as nice as the dial sometimes.
For watch nerds like us, definitely.
Okay, the final piece of the puzzle, the cost.
Right. The price of admission.
What are we looking at for all this precision, this prestige?
Well, as you'd expect with these materials and this level of engineering, there's a range.
Sure.
The steel models, they start at 6,900 euros.
Okay, starting point.
Then if you move up to the two-tone, the steel and gold models, you're looking at around 11,600 euros.
Quite a jump for the gold.
Yep. And then for the full gold reference, the one with the diamonds on the bezel and indices,
The top end.
you're reaching 42,200 euros.
Wow. Okay, so a significant investment at the top, but a range available.
Definitely a luxury price point across the board, but reflecting the different materials and features.
So let's bring it all together. What does this new collection really mean for Omega, and maybe more importantly for you, the listener, the potential wearer or just admirer?
Well, I think it really signifies a serious expansion of choice from Omega.
Mm-hmm.
More options. More options, particularly in this smaller, more elegant size category. It shows their unwavering commitment to developing these highly technical, smaller movements. Okay, they're not cutting corners on the Master Chronometer certification just because the watch is smaller.
Performance isn't sacrificed for size.
Not at all. It's this beautiful fusion, really. Classic Aqua Terra design language, but with these very modern, advanced movements inside. It ensures that, elegance doesn't mean compromising on performance or precision.
It makes these high-tech watches feel, I don't know, personal, effortlessly elegant maybe, regardless of the size.
Exactly. Effortlessly elegant is a good way to put it.
This new collection, it really highlights a fascinating trend in luxury watches, doesn't it?
How so?
This continuous innovation, not just in the headline-grabbing grand complications, but in refining the core experience.
Oh, right. Making the everyday watch better.
Yeah, making these highly technical watches feel truly personal, truly comfortable, truly elegant, whatever the size. Kind of makes you wonder, what's the next frontier? How will watchmakers keep balancing that deep tradition with, constantly changing tastes, evolving preferences, and new tech capabilities?
That's a great thought to end on. Where does that balance lead next, especially in refining these core collections? Fascinating stuff.